of the people that I'm talking to said, I'm already out of the profession. That person got on my DM and said, hey, I really love your content, still follow you, even though I'm out of the profession. And I came back and said, well, tell me more. And as I post that, I'm waiting for them to respond. I scroll through and I noticed the first time that they reached out to me was a year ago, telling me how frustrated they were, how they weren't happy with what they graduated with education skill-wise, how they needed to work with somebody to teach them how to get out of the mess that they're in. And I offered them my help and said, this is what I can do for you in this amount of time for this amount of money. And they said, it's not worth it. I think I can figure this out on my own. A year later, they're out of the profession. So when I said, tell me more, they said, well, I took more CEUs. I read more research. I talked to more people. I tried to get a study group. I did all that stuff. I got nowhere, so I gave up. I told them a year ago, those options would not solve their problem. If they tried to do those things, they would get even more frustrated and more defeated, and they would end up giving up. And what happened within a year? They got frustrated, they got defeated, they got out of the profession, they gave up. That to me makes no sense. So if you've put that time and effort into it, and your house is burning down, and you've got everything wrapped up into it, are you going to save it and let that person come and put the fire out and help you rebuild the house? Or are you just going to say, screw it, and start all over again and think that you're going to do something else? My bet is if I circle back with this person that DM'd me this morning, a year from now, they're still going to be unhappy. They're going to be doing something they didn't want to do. They had to settle for doing that because what they really wanted to do, what they put all their time and effort into, is now gone because they passed on the opportunity to work with an expert who could help them get exactly what they wanted, but it wasn't worth the investment. So if it's worth it to spend $250,000 in 7 years of your life, I don't understand how it's not worth 16 hours and $6,000. That is a drop in the bucket. Okay? So if you are sitting there as either a current student or a new grad or somebody with 15 years of experience, even if you're an ATC, a PTA, a chiropractor, it doesn't matter. If you're in the medical field and you figured out that it doesn't work the way that you were told it was going to work, and it doesn't look like what you thought it was going to look like, and it doesn't smell like what you thought it was going to smell like, then it's time to figure out how to get out of that. And if there is a way to get out of that, and it's 16 hours and $6,000 to fix your situation, you jump into that option right now and fix your situation. So if you are ready to have somebody put out the fire for you and help you build the house back, let me know. DM me and say, I'm ready to go. Tell me more. How can you do this? What's it look like? I will break the whole thing down for you. You will understand in complete detail as to how we are going to do this and how what you learned in the base in high school, in undergrad, science hasn't changed. You learn that stuff. What you should have learned in PD school was how to take that science and put it together in a clinical model with critical thinking and root cause analysis to get real results with your patients. If you're ready to do that and rebuild your house, put the fire out first, rebuild the house, let me know, DM me, and I will help you get started right now.